Hey everyone, people, I don't know. Anyway, alright, so this video is me coming back from my previous video about the more personal situation that I am currently going through. It happened almost a year ago, actually. So not currently, I guess, just working through it still and dealing with the effects, aftershocks of it, what it caused. So, yeah, anyway, so the big thing is my grandfather, my mother's dad, asked my mother for an affair. A romantic and sexual relationship. This was last August, I think. So pretty much a year. So clearly she, denied. Had a whole, what the heck's wrong with you? You're disgusting, stuff. Cut him and my grandmother out of our lives because my grandmother supported her husband. She was told what happened. She made her decision, so we said goodbye. We moved to get away from that. So unless they have followed us home one day or gotten information from someone else, to my knowledge, they don't know where we are, so that's a good thing. And then recently, it was in July, early July, which is still July, so this month, my grandfather died. We didn't know this because, again, we cut contact. We had no way of figuring it out. My mother, she is one of those people that stalks people on Facebook. Not like just anybody, but, people of her past and like that sort of thing. So she was stalking one of my cousins one day, and it's a whole thing, but there was a post on the cousin's page and comments were made, so we drew conclusions, and so then I checked the obituaries online, and sure enough, he had died. He had died. Which is obviously, a good thing, considering. It's just now that it's the emotions of what he should have been, the person that was taken from us. I have a son, so the great-grandfather that he isn't gonna get. Just a lot of mixed emotions. It's obviously a good thing that he's not here. He already did the damage, though. And one aspect is we never saw him again after that, so there's that. And then another is, what if to heal for someone's personal healing journey, they needed to have closure in expressing how they felt, maybe giving an opportunity to ask why, because you're dying, that kind of thing. But with how it all happened, we never had the opportunity to do that. So there's that as well, with just, you know, having to accept it is what it is. And yeah. So through all that, we found out that he also successfully assaulted my aunt. This was going back 20 years ago, though, for her. She told people, but people didn't believe her because my aunt has mental issues. Not like she's not incapable of functioning, but she does have issues, and she knows she has issues. So because of that, when she told my grandmother when she was in early 20s that this happened, and my grandmother told her she was lying and full of it, and, called her crazy, and said if you say anything about it or whatever, don't come back, kind of thing. So that was it. My aunt didn't come back. I tried to tell my other cousins, which would be my aunt's kids, because she had tried to speak out a few times about it in the past and more recently. And again, she keeps getting called crazy and a liar, attention seeking, blah blah blah. But I mean, we have the email proof, like the written proof from my grandfather saying in detail what he wanted and how he felt about my mother. So we have no solid proof that he did it to my aunt, but I mean, she says it was physically done to her. And he acknowledged my mother remembers little bits of pieces like trickle in every now and then when she's thinking about it, when we're talking about it, when it comes up, and thoughts. Anyway, so she remembered him, my grandfather, telling my father, who is just like a whole, he's involved too, but like not directly in this specific situation. So she remembers him telling my dad that he had gotten away with it with my aunt because nobody believed my aunt. So he was all like proud and happy and like, I got away with it. So now my father, oh boy, it's kind of like a intertwined situation, but it's also separate. So my father has been abusive physically and verbally and mentally for my entire life. I think I've talked about that on here. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's a fact. I recently found out through all this that he was into some not words that YouTube will allow. So here's that. He did some things to my sister that I didn't know about until last year. And he told my mother that he wanted another child, so that would be 3 children. So the third child, that, it never actually happened, because thank God. But he wanted a third child to play with. And that's the sole purpose, just to, play with. So. And there's a little bit more to my father being intertwined with my grandfather, but that's a whole nother story for another time, because I haven't even really dealt with that myself yet. It gets bad. But yeah, that is my situation that I have been working through for a year now, and still don't know if I'll ever really work through it or I mean, how do you? But yeah, not gonna ramble much more. Just thought I would get that out there because I did say that I would touch on it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.